Hey guys! What we are going to discuss today?
Today let's discuss first 15-mark question from 2013 February Physiology question paper. What is the question?
Define arterial blood pressure and describe any 5 factors that determine blood pressure. Describe the renin-angiotensin mechanism in regulation of blood pressure. This is the question which we are going to discuss today.
What is arterial blood pressure?
In general, an individual's blood pressure, or systemic arterial pressure, refers to the pressure measured within large arteries in the systemic circulation. This number splits into systolic blood pressure and diastolic blood pressure.
What is the maximum arterial pressure?
The systolic blood pressure is defined as the maximum pressure experienced in the aorta when the heart contracts and ejects blood into the aorta from the left ventricle, approximately 120 mmHg.
What are the types of arterial blood pressure?
Normal systolic pressure is less than 120 mmHg, and normal diastolic pressure is less than 80 mmHg. The difference between the systolic and diastolic pressures is the aortic pulse pressure, which typically ranges between 40 and 50 mmHg.
What is the primary determinant of arterial blood pressure?
Arterial blood pressure is proportional to the product of cardiac output, CO, and peripheral vascular resistance, PVR. The arterial blood volume is the primary determinant of the arterial blood pressure. Increased arterial blood volume directly increases the blood pressure and vice versa.
Why mean arterial pressure is important?
Mean arterial pressure is significant because it measures the pressure necessary for adequate perfusion of the organs of the body. It is considered by many to be a better indication of perfusion than systolic blood pressure.
What affects mean arterial pressure?
Mean arterial pressure is regulated by changes in cardiac output and systemic vascular resistance. Cardiac output is determined by the product of stroke volume and heart rate. Stroke volume is determined by inotropy and ventricular preload. What artery is most often used to assess arterial blood pressure?
Arterial blood pressure is most accurately measured invasively through an arterial line. Invasive arterial pressure measurement with intravascular cannula involves direct measurement of arterial pressure by placing a cannula needle in an artery, usually radial, femoral, dorsalis pedis or brachial.
What factors affect arterial blood pressure?
Factors that influence blood pressure and cardiac output. Peripheral vascular resistance. Volume of circulating blood. Viscosity of blood. Elasticity of vessels walls.
What is the role of arterial blood pressure in human physiology?
In the arterial system, as resistance increases, blood pressure increases and flow decreases. In the venous system, constriction increases blood pressure as it does in arteries. The increasing pressure helps to return blood to the heart.
What are the major factors that affect blood pressure?
High blood pressure has many risk factors, including age. The risk of high blood pressure increases as you age. Race. Family history. Being overweight or obese. Not being physically active. Using tobacco. Too much salt, sodium, in your diet. Too little potassium in your diet.
What are the 2 main determinants of blood pressure?
The 2 determinants of arterial blood pressure are the volume of renal output and the amount of salt in water in the system.
What is renin-angiotensin mechanism?
The renin-angiotensin system, or renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system, is a hormone system that regulates blood pressure and fluid and electrolyte balance, as well as systemic vascular resistance. How does renin-angiotensin system regulate blood pressure?
The renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system is a series of reactions designed to help regulate blood pressure. When blood pressure falls, for systolic, to 100 mmHg or lower, the kidneys release the enzyme renin into the bloodstream.
What actions of renin cause high blood pressure?
Renin converts angiotensinogen, which is produced in the liver, to the hormone angiotensin I. An enzyme known as ACE or angiotensin-converting enzyme found in the lungs metabolizes angiotensin I into angiotensin II. Angiotensin II causes blood vessels to constrict and blood pressure to increase.
What is renin and its function?
Renin, enzyme secreted by the kidney and also, possibly, by the placenta that is part of a physiological system that regulates blood pressure. In the blood, renin acts on a protein known as angiotensinogen, resulting in the release of angiotensin I.
What actions of renin cause high blood pressure?
Renin converts angiotensinogen, which is produced in the liver, to the hormone angiotensin I. An enzyme known as ACE or angiotensin-converting enzyme found in the lungs metabolizes angiotensin I into angiotensin II. Angiotensin II causes blood vessels to constrict and blood pressure to increase. Why is the renin-angiotensin system important?
The renin-angiotensin-aldosterone system (RAS) is one of the most important hormonal mechanisms in controlling hemodynamic stability by regulating blood pressure, fluid volume, and sodium-potassium balance. Wow guys! We have completed this question within few minutes. Let's continue tomorrow with new questions and answers. Bye.